I'm here at CES. I'm joined by Sean from Panasonic. Lots of camera news today, but hidden in there, some new lenses and some very significant new lenses for professional videographers. What have you got?
So we've revamped a number of our existing lenses, the 12 to 35, 35 to 100, 100 to 300, and 45 to 200. As well as we've introduced the 12 to 60, 2.8 to f4 Leica.
Which is the one we saw in sort of prototype-ish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So some of the biggest, things with it. So we've added better weather sealing on the new generation lenses. They're now freeze-proof to coincide with the GH5 being freeze-proof as well. The new iris designs in the lenses, so they're the little bit better designed for smoother iris motions while you're zooming.
Same number of blades, though, right? Or...
Yeah. For the most part, they are very similar, but it's a lot of things where they now have the dual IS2 capable stabilization systems in all the lenses, and then when you go down,
that's actually the big change, right, for a lot of users.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you need to make that work? You need a GH5 or GX. Oh, I don't know what you call them here.
G85.
G85.
So G85 and GH5 will both be dual IS2 compatible systems. So that means that you've got 5-stop stabilization out to 280 millimeter field of view. So
that's 5 stops by combining the stabilizer.
The two systems. Yeah.
Here and here. How does it do that?
So you've got your sensor stabilization in 5-axis, and then your optic stabilization is always only 2-axis. So what it does is in vertical and horizontal axes, it actually just enhances the stabilization capabilities at that. So when you go out super telephoto, body stabilization is limited in how much it can correct because your field of view narrows and narrows and narrows. That's where you rely more on optical. So that's why we have dual IS as a system.
And do they talk to each other, or how does that? And there's some sort of feedback between the two?
Correct, yeah. Both feedback. We have all of the optic information shared between the camera and the lens. There's a gyro sensor built into the lens and a new high-precision gyro sensor built into the camera body so that they now work way better in tandem to determine, okay, well, exactly where is everything in relation to it to give you that super solid 5-axis, 5-stop stabilization.
Okay, optically, and the two big lenses, obviously, for professionals are the 12 to 35, 2.8, and the 35 to 100. Have you changed the optics at all, or are they the same glass?
Same glass, same overall design, same element groups, everything. So there's some cosmetic changes to it, like people have probably very quickly noticed. They're black now with white lettering, so the purplish is gone.
Gunmetal or whatever they were before.
Yeah.
Sorry for the noise, by the way. That's them disassembling or building all this stuff up. Still no hard end stops on the...
Nope. It's still focused by wire. Most mirrorless lenses are going to be focused by wire, save for a couple of them that allow a cam system. But yeah, we're still focused by wire. However, if you're doing something with the GH5, we did build in focus transitions, so you can actually hard set your points in the camera and then transition there, and that's with any lens that you throw on it that's autofocused.
Okay. Another question, I don't know you can answer, but when you use Panasonic lenses on other people's, God forbid, Micro Four Thirds cameras, does that stabilization system work, or is it just for Panasonic cameras?
So the dual IS system will only work with our camera, so our lenses and our cameras. The lens stabilization will work on other Micro Four Thirds or other Micro Four Thirds cameras. That'll just be depending on, okay, are you going to select the in-camera stabilizer if it's offered, or are you just going to select optical stabilization?
So this should, in theory, work on a Blackmagic Pocket. Still, the stabilizer should work.
Yeah, it'll just be optical stabilization.
Okay, great. So the real reason you need to go for this, why do you need to upgrade if you have the old one? Do you need to upgrade, in fact? So
the old ones will be firmware updated to dual IS2. I think we have the timing listed out, and we'll have it published. The reason you'd upgrade to this one is if you want the freeze proofing, if you're looking at the newer color design, things like that, because it looks better on the camera, that kind of thing. But really, in general, it's a very similar lens. You just get a little bit better iris control while you're actually shooting video. So if you've ever zoomed out and you see the stepping exposure change, you jump to this one, you're going to get the smoother variance through that zoom. So it is beneficial.
So use the often used term, it's not a game changer, it's just a nice improvement.
Yeah, it's a solid improvement. Eventually this will completely replace the existing one out there. But yeah, it's just a safe upgrade.
And price, and when are you going to be able to get these?
So these should be shipping around the same time as the camera. This one's going to be $999. So it's going to the normal existing price of the current 12 to 35 when it's not on a rebate.
And the 35 to 100, you know?
Offhand, I do not remember the price.
Fair enough. It's been a
been a
long,
long
long day.
morning.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sean.
Of course.